Hello and welcome to this episode of Community Connections airing on Aromia 11. I am your host, Anna Orr. And today we are talking to Deputy Shantae Ford with the Hennepin County Sheriff's Department. We are talking about the Back to School Jamboree. I heard they're going to have a cotton candy machine. They're giving away coffee and school supplies. So grab a scholar, get in front of the TV, and make sure you write down this information so that we can get you ready for back to school. Deputy Shantae Ford, it is wonderful to have you joining me today on this episode of Community Connections.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to talk about the upcoming Back to School Jamboree that'll be taking place on the 14th of this month. And that is going to be at the 5th Precinct, correct?
Yes, the 5th Precinct in Minneapolis.
Now, for viewers that may see you around but not necessarily know anything about you, are you a native of the Twin Cities?
I am. Yep, born and raised.
Okay. And what brought you to law enforcement?
So really, I say law enforcement found me. I was a barista at Caribou and Crystal. Okay. And I was younger, I would say like 20s, and though Crystal police officers would come in every morning to get their coffee. And eventually, we got to know each other. So one of them was like, what are you going to do with your life? What's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm in college, but I don't know. So he invited me to come on a ride along, and I went on the ride along, and I was like, yeah, I want to do this job. And so I changed my major to criminal justice, went through schooling. I have my 4-year degree, bachelor's degree in law enforcement. And yeah, so here I am today.
Now share with me a little bit about your time as deputy with the Hennepin County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, so in October will mark my 2-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Prior to that, though, I was a police officer for the city of St. Louis Park. I served that community for about 10 years. While I was out there, I was a school resource officer, did a lot of different community programs. Just community is very important to me.
So you've had quite a bit of a footprint here across the Twin Cities area.
Yes.
This is wonderful. Now, this special initiative, the Back to School Jamboree that is taking place on the 14th, is going to be an opportunity for you all to connect with our little scholars of the community. Yeah. Can you talk to me about the goal of this event?
Yeah, so the goal of this event is to get families ready to go back to school. It's always important to connect with the littles, of course, but also to help the parents and guardians that are responsible for getting them ready to go back to school. So, the bills are going up, everything is getting pricey. If we can help just even a little bit to help ease that, that's what we want to do.
Now talk to me about the first event. This is the second one. You all had one on the 7th of this month at V3 Sports, which is such a wonderful space. So a very special shout out to the team over there doing some amazing work and getting the littlest scholars moving in our community.
Yes.
How was that event?
That one was amazing. You never know how events are going to turn out, right? You hope for the best, but we had a line before, probably about 30 minutes before we were to start. We had people lining up, and we served over 400 people that day. Not only were we able to give out school supplies, but we had food. Shantice's mission was there, handing out clothes. We had Twin Cities Recovery there, the Bridge for Youth there, Minnesota Blessing Supportive Services was there. So my vision is to literally have a one-stop shop community event. Not only can we give out backpacks and school supplies, but also resources for other things that families may be experiencing and going through.
I think it's really important for scholars to see you all out in the community and be able to establish this relationship. And you talked about helping families meet the need of getting school supplies. Like you said, bills are going up. Inflation is very high right now. And when I think about multiple families or multiple scholars trying to give family supply lists and then figure out how they're going to get multiple backpacks or sets of school supplies, it seems quite daunting. So it's been very important for us here at Aromia 11 to try to highlight events that are taking place in the community where they can go and receive school supplies, as well as connect to some really amazing programs like you referred to today.
Yes.
Now, the event that's coming up on the 14th, like we said, is going to be at the 5th Precinct. Can you talk about some of the resources that will be there and some of the programs that will also be offered?
Yeah, so we hope to have everybody back, like the Bridge for Youth. They help with our youth that may be experiencing being unsheltered or substance abuse, or that maybe they just need a break away from home. So that's really important for them to be there. Twin Cities Recovery, once again, they help to offer that support for when somebody is ready to maybe enter recovery and sobriety. So they'll be out there. Shantice's mission, they are honoring a brother. He's honoring, or the family is honoring a loved one that has passed away last year, and her mission was to give back. So they're giving back clothes and stuff like that out to the community. Metro Transit Police Department, MPD, Minneapolis Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office will all be there as well. It's also important to show our partnership as law enforcement to the community, like, hey, we all are in this together. So we'll all be there. Target, we couldn't do it without Target. Target is a huge support. Starbucks will be there, giving out iced coffees, refreshers, and then the Minnesota Blessing Supportive Services. They they're on the north side, giving back on the north side, but they also said, hey, we're Minneapolis, so can we participate in the South Side event? So they donated a lot of school supplies. They also did cotton candy machine and a snow cone machine. So we just have a little bit of everybody coming out. Thanks to the Minneapolis police chaplains for grilling and supplying the food. So yeah, just literally a little bit of everybody in the community coming out for a great cause.
Now, you talked a little bit about some of the community partners that you guys have. What does them come alongside you guys mean to you as you guys keep trying to advance your footprint in the community?
Yeah, so for me personally, in law enforcement, we have to be a part of the community. I feel that if we all can come together for a really great event, when times get tough, we can also come together and work through those times. And so for me personally, it's just really important that we work together, whether it's something positive or when times do get rough. We have to work together. And this is just one of those times where it's like, it's a fun event. And so the more the merrier.
We are definitely better together.
Yeah.
Now, is there any fee or cost associated with this event?
Nope. The only thing is that we asked is that you sign in with your age and the school you go to. So, and that's just for kind of purposes, for me to say okay, what is the age group that we're serving and what are the schools that we're serving? And then of course, kind of keep track of how many people we're serving. So that's it. And then you'll get a ticket. That ticket is just for when you want to come through the food line, you hand your ticket over. But yeah, other than that, we just want you to come down and get some school supplies.
I was going to say, I don't know how anybody turns down cotton candy and snow cones. That'd get me to stop at least for a few minutes to see what's going on.
And Starbucks.
I was just about to say, this is a full circle moment for you, going from being a barista, not necessarily at that place, but coming right back and now serving the community.
That's right.
And keeping them caffeinated at that.
Yeah, sorry for the little, yeah. But you're right, yes.
Now talk to me about how we can support the work of our local law enforcement agencies. I know by attending this event, but if we can't make it, let us know some ways that we can continue to come alongside you all.
Yeah, so getting involved, and what I mean by that is a lot of agencies like the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, we have citizen academies. So our citizen academy will be starting September 19th from 6 to 9. That's going to be downtown at our public safety facility. More information can be found on our website, but getting involved in that. So you as the citizens, they can join the academy and learn what is it like to be a deputy for the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office. And I know other agencies do that too. Other agencies have MAC groups or police advisory boards. The Sheriff's Office, we have one as well. So just getting involved with your local police department or your sheriff's office to share your opinion, and to give some feedback on like what do you guys want, and just like I said in the beginning, coming together and being a part of the community.
Now let us know, for those that may not be familiar with the 5th Precinct, what the formal address is so that they can stop by and get some coffee and hang out and get some of the supplies for their scholars.
Yeah, it's 3101 Nicollet Avenue. Right across from where the old Kmart was. A lot of people know that. When I say that, they're like, oh, okay, I know where that's at.
That's a very distinct landmark. A very distinct landmark.
Yes.
Now, as we head into fall, is there anything on the horizon going on with the Sheriff's Department that we can be a part of, that you want to and/or promote or highlight?
Yeah, so the Citizens Academy, September 19th will be the first one. Like I said, go online. I can provide that link to you too if you want to do that. But apply for that spot and just come on down and learn what it's like to work at the Sheriff's Office. It goes from September 19th to November 14th. And yeah, you just get to experience our crime lab. We have a patrol unit. We have water patrol. So I think most people think of the sheriff's office as jails and courts.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah, that's what we're known for. But there's way more to us than that. So come on down and learn what the sheriff's office has to offer.
I know that the Minneapolis Police Department is also one of your partners in hosting this event, and they are looking for people to join the force.
Yep. Yes.
What would you say to someone that may be out at a coffee shop like you, or working on their degree and thinking about law enforcement? What is something that you would say to them to get them to maybe take a step and join?
I would say find a mentor, and there's a lot of different associations. Like there's the Latino Police Association, the Black Police Officer Association, the Somali Police Association. There's the Women's Police Association. So go onto those websites and try to find a mentor, or stop somebody that you see and just start talking to them, because we in the profession know that we need people, and we need good people to be in the profession. So I would say, I'm speaking for most of us, are going to take that time and stop and answer questions to anybody that's curious about being in this profession. Another thing I want to highlight too is our Explorer program.
Please do.
Yeah, so that's for ages 14 to 20. We meet on Tuesdays at our patrol station in Brooklyn Park, 5:30 to 8. And that's for the young people that are interested in law enforcement or may not be interested, but to come out and learn what is it like. So they learn how to do arresting, crisis negotiations, all the stuff that we do. And then once a year, a group of them will go down to Rochester and compete against other Explorer posts. So you can win trophies and all that fun stuff. But it also helps with, gaining confidence with speaking in front of groups, socializing and meeting different people. So maybe if you're not interested in law enforcement, it can still help you. And there's scholarship opportunities. So that's another thing I would also promote out there to the families, is like, hey, sign your kids up for this. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's very important. Like you said, those are some life skills. Even if you don't choose law enforcement, you always want to be able to articulate yourself.
Yeah.
And getting from in front of a screen, I highly recommend for all of the little scholars out there, and some of the big ones too. We have to start interacting with one another a little bit more.
100%.
Now, lastly, I just want you to take a second and look in this camera and please give our viewers a personal invitation to the Back to School Jamboree.
All right. So yes, this is your personal invitation to come on out next Wednesday, the 14th, between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. I do want to highlight, though, we ran out of supplies last week. So if you can get there earlier, I suggest doing that. But come out and grab some school supplies, food, and check out all the different resources we'll have to offer.
A very special thank you to you, Deputy Ford, and the Hennepin County Sheriff's Department and the Minneapolis Police Department for putting on this amazing initiative and making sure that we take care of our scholars and make sure that they have their best school year yet.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for this episode of Community Connections. As always, I am your host, Anna Orr. This is airing on Aromia 11. I look forward to connecting again with you soon.